Welcome back to the STFU Moment Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Kristy, and I'm here with the lovely Akansha. Say hi, Akansha.
Hey, everyone.
And this is the podcast where your excuses come to die. We love bringing everything that you're worried about, that you're fretting about, that's, keeping you up at night, and just kind of taking that out from under you and letting you see that it's really not that scary and that you can do it scared if it is that scary. Today's episode, we thought that we would interview each other. So to let you guys know what it is that we are up to and what we're hoping to build for you.
Exactly. And I think this is such a long due episode, Kristy, because we haven't genuinely touched upon exactly what we do. We just have been here like two beautiful soul sisters and CEOs. And I think this is such a great opportunity for the like-minded people to come meet us and get to know us and be inspired in any way. Because, again, Kristy and I are not perfect, but we're good enough.
I think so. And I want to say, too, even in the last couple of months of even starting this podcast, we also have expanded so much. Like, we have a lot going on coming into the summer that we want to share with you guys.
That's so true, because if you look at the first episode of Getting to Know Us, like, we were at such a different time in our life, and we're in this new season. It's spring, and we're springing. So I'm excited for this episode.
Akansha, you are an amazing Ayurvedic practitioner. You've got a lot going on coming, you're creating so much. I don't even know where to start. Maybe we'll start. Okay, let's start. What are you doing now? And then let's go into what you're building.
Oh, okay. So right now, as you know, for the last week and a half, I have been changing the layout of my clinic.
Your clinic is such a vibration now. It's like you go in there and you just feel like you're glowing. Sorry to interrupt, but I just had to say that. She's done an amazing job, you guys.
Thank you. It was, I think, long due. And I don't know what motivated me to change the layout. And I just wanted to be that serenity, like that place of serenity and Zen where you come in and true to my understanding of Ayurveda, which is modern yet old and rooted in wisdom. So I wanted to bring the best of the both worlds and be there for women who are coming to seek in that same thing that I want to provide. And I also got laid off.
Yeah.
So which was, I think it's always a blessing in disguise.
I think it was meant to be.
Yes. I've been meeting so many people since then. My energy has shifted. I think I'm not now dividing my attention, which I think it was a season and it was needed for me to understand that, to be able to fully focus on my business and learn to shift my own perspective in certain ways where there was blockages. But moving from that is I am truly trying to be a clinic and a wellness center more. Because I feel like sometimes clinic is such a heavy word and it's very doctor based. So I'm in between a clinic and a wellness center where I'm doing a lot of root assessments. So a lot of getting to know people, a lot of what exactly is happening in your body and where is the shift happening. And it's so amazing. But also at the same time, I am working with so many women who are in perimenopause.
Yes.
And not realizing it and thinking that there's something wrong with the body, but it's the depletion of the tissues that's happening, the hormonal changes. And that's something that I've always wanted to work with. So I'm working with that. I'm working with women in postpartum healing. There's tons of workshops that I'm planning to help women and men as well. But my focus is women because I want them to be empowered and learn about their body and take that charge and control back. And the other thing that I'm doing is we're resurrecting the skincare line, Vedicéa. And she is becoming something really unique. She has her identity. She is rooted in wisdom, sister of Nirva Beauty, but not a twin. She is more into rituals, and she's very specific that it's not a routine, it's a ritual. So really creating those essence behind it and bringing forward our ideology and the science and the wisdom of Ayurveda to people in plain, simple language, not to overwhelm them. And the other thing that I'm working on, which I am super excited about, is I'm launching my own academy.
I am so excited I feel like we've talked about this a couple months ago. You and I, you were talking about how you wanted to do this, and like in a few short months, like it's already coming through for you.
Yeah, it's when I feel like when you're in alignment with yourself, the universe bends down to align with you. Everything
Absolutely.
just flows. And we're launching somewhere in June to July. And I'm so excited because I've paired with my professor, and he's teaching the first course, which is Ayurvedic Health Counsellor, which is 600 hours. And you'll have 24/7 access to mentorship. So you'll have your dedicated mentors working with you, guiding you, and then there's 75 to 80 hours which you train with me in person in clinic to take away the gap in between the theory and the practical side. So I'm so excited to teach people. And then the other course that I'm also launching on there is making Ayurvedic skincare formulation. How do we do it? Because so many people are in Ayurveda and they want to make their own skincare, but they kind of don't understand these certain aspects of it. And having been doing it for 5 years, I think I have quite a grip.
I would say so. Yeah.
Quite a grip. So I want to really educate people how to make their own oils, how can they make medicated ghees, and all of those beautiful things, even as a practitioner or a counselor who has their own space. Like, how can you make those by yourself? Yeah, you can always buy it, but when you make it by yourself, there is a certain energy that you're putting into it. There's love, and it's not mass produced, it's small batches. So
It's very intentional.
Exactly. And then the other thing is I'm also teaching them about, in the same course, moon cycles. So because Ayurvedic skincare works on lunar cycle. So the first 15 days when the moon is rising, you make nourishing products. You make products that are going to go deeper into your body, that are supposed to rejuvenate you. And when the moon is going from full moon to new moon, we make detoxifying products. So products that are going to help remove the toxins, going to add that glow. So it's so special. And then you add that 108 zodiac signs and everything. So I'm super ecstatic to do this, and I can talk all about it, but
Okay, hold on before you go there. I want the listeners to know, like, everything Akansha does, it is so, like, thought out and just, like, articulate. Everything you do is such on purpose, which I think sets you apart from a lot of skincare brands. Like, when you're talking about, this mass production of a product, yours is it's almost intimate. Like, it's almost like creating a connection, a level of self-care that people won't find for a drugstore brand. Mm-hmm. I'm not dissing them. I'm not trying to crap all over them. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just a different kind of energy when you purchase from a service, from a practitioner like yourself, because it's almost like people are being seen. It's not for the general masses. It's not for, all the, like, it's not for everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, it's very much curated for the person that's wanting the skincare for whatever it is.
Thank you so much, Kristy. That's really sweet of you. And I so get it, because a lot of times when people are making skincare, and I'm not dissing them, their intentions are good, but they don't understand the full process, like the full complexity of how it's made, or they might not have the same ingredients as a practitioner or a naturopath or whatever someone is doing. They understand the roots, the plants, the herbs. They become their best friends. So how do you mix things? It's not a recipe that you can find, but also how do you bring it on into your life. You're playing the mantras, you're chanting while you're making those beautiful products, and you're using your hands. So it's so rejuvenating even when you're making it and it charges you. So it's like, as you know, in one of our episodes where the guest was, they were talking about when they're healing the other, they're also being healed. It's so similar when you are like, yes, that's so true. Like when we do that healing work, we're healing, but when you're making also the skincare, there's a part of you that like your soul expands. And it's so magical because there's also this version of you which is like, I created this. How?
Yeah.
How did God bless me to be able to do this? Like, how do I have healing hands? So I think, and when people come back to you and tell you, I never forget, I was in India last year and Kristen texted me a photo of her nails. She's like, I cannot tell you how strong my nails have become since I've started using your body butter. And everyone's so shocked that those are extensions, but no, like these are nails. And she was like hitting on table, and she's like, see, they're not breaking. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. So like, those, knowing that you're making that difference in people's life, and it just heals a part of in you.
Yeah. I can totally see that.
I am so excited for our listeners to know what's going on with you, because there's so much beautiful things happening. You are a busy person this coming summer. Since your trip back from the UK, it's just you've changed. You've like been charged. And I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your aura. It's just so beautiful and magical. And when you talk about like, our talks, like, this is what I'm doing, I'm just so amazed, equally as amazed as you are with my work. So I want us to get to know, what is Kristy doing right now and what is coming in the near future?
Well, thank you for that intro. I am doing a lot, and it does seem very busy, but I think it's the most balanced work I've ever done. I think between the mentorship that I've been doing, the online studio, the content creating, the podcast that we have, and my writing, I feel like this has been my best life I've ever lived. Like this is just, it's so cool to me. And I get to share it with so many incredible women. The things that I have going on are, so I have a new series coming out this summer, so stay tuned for that. It's for creatives. The title will be released soon. Actually, the title will probably be released by the time this podcast come out. So maybe we'll put it in the comments or in the caption. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a 7-day program that people have access to on top of all of the other classes. So you just have to subscribe to that. I get really excited about my summer series because they're always just so fun to film and people get so much out of them. So I'm just really excited about that. I also have my one-on-one mentorship. So I have the Catalyst program, which is a 6-month to a year, depending on what you need, what kind of support you need, and how long you want your mentor. But I also created this 8-week soul sessions that's one-on-one. And in that, not only do you have access to me, but you also get the program that you have for life once you've paid for that. So it's something you can access time again and again. And it's just been everything that I've learned, everything I've invested in myself through like the $20,000+ that I've invested in myself, I've poured into this. Everything that I've learned, not just only mindset, but nervous system led. It's about awareness. It's about manifestation. So there's just so much in this 8-week course. It probably should be a lot longer and it probably should be worth a lot more, but I wanted to give everybody these bite-sized pieces so they can kind of dip their toes in and see what these small tidbits can really do to impact your life for the better, like I'm telling you, the abundance that people have brought in 1 week of our calls, like it's been incredible. And I'm just like, I feel so lucky to lead this. I have our ceremonies that I'm doing with Donna for the summer. We have a couple planned. So those are in-person events that we're doing. And they're so impactful and they're so relaxing and it's everybody coming together. It's just a dream come true.
And I just wanted to say something over here is I am definitely a living proof of Kristy's work, because just last week I was so devastated after losing my job out of the blue. And, you know, it's not last week of when we were recording, like in May when I lost my job, mid-May. And I was so devastated because that was some security money that was coming in, although it wasn't that big, but it was something. And I remember my first message that I sent out to was Kristy, because Kristy lives 3 minutes of a drive away from my work. So I just texted her and she's like, do you want to get on a call? And I said, no, I'm driving home to you. Like, what do you mean? Like, no, I need some Kristy time. And she's like, of course. And I went, and within, I think, 45 minutes of talking to her and her being there and explaining things and motivating me and telling me like I've achieved everything and how this was meant to be because it was killing me. And, you know, just self-reflection was also happening. To like a week later, I am such a different person. And I was telling this to Kristy when we were doing the episode with Donna too, is the things that are coming into my life, I'm more positive, I'm more excited. There's so many good things happening. So what Kristy is offering, I think it's such a steal.
You have told me that. You're like, that is way too low of a price, but
it's such a steal. And if I were you, I would definitely be joining into this, because although I do get that free therapy,
you do.
But that's just sisterhood. But I would definitely, like, I think that if I had just 5% of what Kristy does, and that made such a huge impact, I cannot even imagine what 100% of that hour or the mentorship looks like with you, because you really do challenge people. Yeah, I cannot wait for this launch to happen.
I am so just the information that I have got in like, and I'm not, people, I think it's kind of funny saying this because a lot of my clients are a lot older than me, but they have come and they are just like, I don't want to live this way anymore. I don't want to live in, you know, the struggle. I don't want to live in feeling like everybody's out to get me, or, you know, whatever that story is. So if I can bring my knowledge of what I've learned and transformed my own life, and you and I've talked about this, we're not special. We don't have the key to the city. We don't have anything like that. It's just we've applied these aspects, these things, and it's changed everything for us. So if I can...
Hold on. I'm just going to interrupt for a second. What do you mean we're not special? We are so special.
We are very special.
Okay, just so you know.
You are special, absolutely. But then let's go back. If we are special, then so is everybody else, because we're not any different.
No.
But we've taken these aspects and we've applied them. And if I can hold you accountable for 8 weeks, 8 weeks is a great starting point. But if you wanted to evolve to the 6 weeks, like what would you like? I just want to like ask, even you, Akansha, what do you think could be possible if you had somebody holding you accountable for 8 weeks, 6 months, a year?
Oh my God, I think my life would change so much more, because now I'm answerable to someone else. It's like being in a corporate situation, right?
Yeah.
You have your boss on top of you. So you're answerable to that boss. Like, did you meet the deadlines for the project? Are you doing this? And when you're the soulpreneurship or you're retired and you're planning something or different aspect of your life and not that corporate job or whatever. It's so hard because there are days when you lack that motivation and there are days when you doubt yourself. Like, am I even worth it?
Yeah.
And knowing that someone out there, you can reach out to them and tell them that this is what I'm feeling and they can challenge that thought.
Yep.
Why do you think you're not worth it?
Yeah.
Like, where is that stemming from?
Exactly.
The root cause and that's the beauty of our work, right? We really work with the root cause.
Yeah.
So, and changing that part, the root, changing that DNA is the magic, because once you believe that you're prosperous, once you believe that you can achieve it, there's nothing that can stop you. And time and again, we have talked about it in our episodes. The only limitation between you and your dream is you.
I think that's my favorite part of my mentorship programs is it's not even working, it's working together, but the initial hell yes for people when they sign up, when they take that time to invest in themselves, time, energy, and money, that sends signals out that you believe that you are worthy of that. You are worthy of mentorship. You are worthy of the life that you desire. And it's the same as if you would go and get a coach, a fitness coach, to keep you accountable, to, watch what you're eating or, whatever it is. It's the same thing. But what I'm doing is I'm keeping your mind in check. I'm keeping you accountable. And I'm challenging what business scope you have, because if you were like me when I started, my scope was like this. And then I had to have my coaches and my community tell me like, oh girl, no, like you're going this big. And I needed that. I needed that push. Now you have me one-on-one. You have my undivided attention so that you can get to where you're going, whether it be in the 8 weeks time or longer. Maybe you want to upgrade later. But that's what I'm finding. People are doing the 8 weeks and they're like, okay, but like I'm not done yet. And I'm like, no, you just fucking got started. So we get to move to the next thing. So I have people that have taken that are signed up for the 8 weeks. I have one client where we're in the 4th week, and she's like, I can't imagine leaving you after 4 weeks, because she's transformed so much already. Right? So now I'm building on that. She'll get access to it too, but I'm building the course outline so that you have access to it beyond. But she's like, no, like I need that one-on-one time. So it's different. It's a different mindset. And I will say, if you're on the fence or you're not sure, I always ask, what would your life look like if you kept going the way that you're going? Not to make you wrong, not to make you feel bad, but what would that look like? But if you didn't invest in yourself, it wouldn't, right? If you kept going the way you were going, you're struggling, you're not taking the investment in yourself, your business, and you're staying stuck, how is that going to get you where you want to go?
It's not, because I think a lot of times, and this is like, what I'm realizing, we're not taught in school the self-care, how to invest in ourselves, because any journey that you're on to, like, you have to invest the time. You have to really learn to let go.
Yeah.
Unlearn things and learn beautiful new things, like how to take care of me. And if that means I need to invest a year with a mentor who can help me guide towards a better path and really unlock those doors that have been closed down with the belief system of the society and other people that were not mine, 100% I should be going. And sometimes I get it, like people don't have the access or the money available, financial conditions. That's fine. You still have to start somewhere.
Yeah. I say this time and again because I've done this work. When you create a need for the money shows up. And this is what's happened with my clients. The one client, she had her car break down and it was going to be over $1,800. And she's like, I don't know where this money is going to come from. And I was like, okay, when do you need to pay it? And she's like, she's like, I probably have to do, I was like, when would you love to pay it? She's like, I would love to pay it when I pick my car up. And I was like, okay. And you just pay it all in full, and there's no bill, there's no nothing. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, then let's create, like, that's what we're going to do. And she's like, what? So I was like, yeah. I was like, it's going to be done. She's like, okay. And I was like, I need you to hold that though. And she's like, okay. I was like, just humor me. Act as if you're going to, when you go pick up your car on Thursday, you're going to pay the money in full. She calls me up on Thursday. She's like, I just paid for my car in full. And I was like, how did you do that? And she's like, well, I just got another client and they paid me 2 times as much as the $1,800 out of nowhere. It wasn't out of nowhere. She put in the work. But she's like, so I paid for this and now I still have an extra $1,800. And I was like, it's because you created the need. So to say that you don't have the money will come when you create the need for it. And this is for anything in your life, right? And I think what you're saying is so true, because when you invest, whether you're investing in your skincare line or you're investing in one of your massages or your oil treatments, you're investing. When you invest in you, you are saying, I am worthy of that investment. I am worthy of spending money on myself. We go to school and take out school loans and don't even blink an eye.
Yeah.
And then we spend 9, 10, 12, whatever, how many years paying them back. But we don't blink an eye. But when it comes to investing in ourselves, betting on ourselves, we question it. Why is that? I challenge you. Why do you do that?
I think that's such a good question for the audience to answer, like our CEOs to answer to. Like, what is stopping you? Where, like, ask yourself the why, because once you ask that why and you get the answer, everything becomes so easy. Because now, I think in the week and a half, it's not even been a week.
No.
It's not even been a week. And my mood has changed. I have truly believed that I am prosperous. Money flows to me.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to Millionaire Muse on Apple Music, and I've been sending it to everyone because it's such good manifestation song, but it's so groovy that you dance to it and you really believe in it. And that's shifted because whatever I'd made in one day in my part-time job, I made that in an hour.
I know.
And I've made so much doing that. I mean, obviously there's other work that I'm doing after that too. But money comes to you easily. So we really need to break that limitation mindset that it's not. It's like, I remember Kristy told me this, okay? And that just kind of shifted my perspective. She said, Akansha, do I not believe that when I open the tap, the water will not come out of it? I was like, no. She's like, I like to drink water. I like to take a shower. I like to be clean. So why am I thinking that when I tap my card, it will decline or the money won't be there? Because money is there. It's a frequency. It is always going to come for you. And the universe doesn't know if it's true or not. You are really sending those vibes. Like, I am thankful that I received 10 grants today. Yeah. Although even if I haven't, by putting it out in the universe and being thankful and showing that gratitude, it does come back to you. Yeah. Because your vibration changes, your frequency changes, you become positive. So you attract, that's how manifestation works.
You have to be it now before it shows up.
Yes.
Because if you are feeling that it's not here and you're looking around and you're like, it's not here, then it's not here. But if you can stay and center yourself that whatever it is that you want, the house, the car, the monetary thing, whatever, the relationship, if you act in the energy of that relationship, in the energy of driving that car, that having that house, having that $10,000 day, it's going to show up faster. You don't get to choose the timeline, but it's going to show up way faster because why? You've become a magnet to it. You've taken your beacon, because you're always putting out energy. We talked about this with our guests. I can't wait for you guys to hear our guest episode. We talked all about energy. If you are putting out energy, everything's energy. So you attract what you are, not what you want, what you are now.
I love that so much.
But this is it, right? Like this is what you're getting when you get mentorship, when you're investing in yourself. You're getting, it's not about the product necessarily. It's about the energy you have when you apply the product, when you get the service, when you have the mentor.
So true. It's important to invest in yourself. I think time and again, the more we preach, the more we say, the more we talk about making people understand that, yes, everything else is important, but so are you.
Yeah.
You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to fill your cup. And that is going and investing in yourself, whatever that investment is, whatever makes you happy. And because that's the end goal, right? We're not here to be tortured. And I remember telling you this one day, and I think it's one of the podcasts too, where it was a short story, or like someone was saying it, and they said, imagine you die tomorrow and God asks you, how was heaven? We create our own reality. This is our heaven or our hell.
Yeah.
The way you think, the way you show up changes everything. Yeah. So I cannot wait for this to turn up.
I love this. Maybe we should do a little experiment here, Akansha. Just to keep ourselves accountable. So, maybe I'm putting myself on the spot too. I don't know. What are we investing in this season that is going to give us our next level self? And the identity of that version of her. What does she invest in?
I'm investing in me.
In what way?
In changing the way I think prosperity should come. I'm changing the narrative to tenfold. I am not doubting my work. I am truly going to show up as the audacious self of me. And believing and having that audacity to promote my business, to talk to people, to work with people, and having by September 2026, I will meet 50 new individuals for networking and be having virtual or in-person coffee with them, growing our sisterhood.
I love this.
What are you bringing?
I'm trying to think of, so I'm trying to enter into the next level of Kristy as the business owner. And investing in me looks like, I don't even want to say it because then I have to hold myself accountable. No, it's okay. She gets luxury services. She gets services come to her house.
Done.
I don't know what services. Maybe like massage in my house.
Done.
She gets I'm trying to think of other services that I want.
Pedicures, haircuts, facials.
Yeah. Oh, I would love a facial in my house. I already get my mani and pedi done. Yeah, she invests in herself and she doesn't blink an eye.
Self-care it's discipline too.
Yeah.
Because if you don't take care of yourself, you'll be depleted.
Yes.
And I think that's the core identity of the work that we do. We take care of the depletion of others.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm investing in is I'm not going to be working after 8 p.m.
That's going to be a big one for you.
Oh, 100%.
You love the midnight work sesh.
I am not Nirva Beauty or Vedicéa work. Like, I might edit here and there because I don't consider it as work. It's fun, entertaining for me. So I think that's not work for me or my brain, and that's what I'm doing. And also for the STFU Moment Podcast. This is what I'm envisioning.
I love it. Let's hear it.
We'll have 50K followers.
Yep.
And we will be outsourcing our videos for someone else to edit.
Very soon. Very soon.
And a third person present to move the cameras and, I don't know, hire someone.
I love that. Absolutely. Done. I want that.
Done.
Yeah. We are creating so much. And it's not, I don't want to perpetuate that we are just constantly busy. Like, we're not just putting out for the sake of putting stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
We are creating from this alignment that you've already touched on. We're creating from this place that we see the impact that it's had on us, and we're just so ready to share it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing to me that we are meeting more and more people who are wanting to do the same thing.
Yes, we are. Yes,
like,
we are.
it's so cool. With that being said, Akansha, do you want to talk about what you and I want to create for the coming season?
So excited because this is something that Kristy and I, we both do, and we're kind of amalgamating our services. And we're creating some workshops, some retreats.
Yep.
And we genuinely want to network with people. We want to create that sisterhood and the community. We're not just saying it for the sake of saying it. We want to embody it. And what does that look like? I don't know, maybe having tea.
Yeah.
At Blue Willow.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in Bracebridge. Or meeting at a restaurant to eat food and talk about business. Or it could be like, when I think about retreats, workshops, networking events, the other idea is, say for example, we have a group of 20 people, we meet somewhere, and say Donna.
Yeah.
Donna comes and does a sound healing, and everyone pays Donna.
Yeah.
And the next week it's someone else, and the week after it's someone else. Like, really promoting and giving that space to people, and that really helps with their confidence boost as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We definitely want to create more spaces for others to be seen. That's why we're starting to do guest podcasts. We want to not only inspire, but we want to showcase, and we want to support.
Yes.
Right? And I don't know, but Akansha and I, this has been one of our like big dreams, and we haven't talked about it in a while, but I feel like it comes in the same thread about, us having a live podcast, like with an audience, and we don't know how that's going to happen. We don't need to know the how, but that's what I'm calling in for us.
I think one of our biggest goal when even we started this podcast was not just to have another platform or source of income, but it was also the fact that we wanted to create the sisterhood.
Yeah.
And we want to bring that level of confidence back into women, and for them to know that there is support.
Yeah.
And we're genuinely, like the other day I was with getting my nails done, Angie.
Yeah.
And she said something so beautiful, and she said, I'm so glad that Kristy invited me to this craft nights that you guys do, because I've never seen women cheering each other and just being there. There was no cattiness, there was no drama, and even when someone was saying something or the other, you guys were so supportive.
Yeah.
And I felt so happy because like that's why Kristy and I started it.
Yeah. We created this space so that we could and we've talked about this, like, who are the people you want to surround yourself with? And we don't want to surround ourselves with people who are telling us to, oh, that dream's too big. Oh, like you're dreaming, like, like, don't, like, the sarcastic. We want to be around just specifically women, to help them rise, help them bring them up. Like, if you're down here, I'm going to bring you up with me. And unless you don't want that, of course, but like, that's where I'm standing. I'm not going to come down to your level anymore, because there's so much for us up here that's where we want you to be. That's where we wish, that's like our hope for everyone we meet, is that we can lift them up so that they can either see as an example, be inspired, or just be like, oh my gosh, I just had a freaking download because this woman is doing amazing things, and now I know that it is possible for me too.
Oh, 100%. Like, I think even us, like, we're inspirations for each other. The way you do TikTok, I'm like, Deb, like, how does she do it? Like, I want to do it. Those little mini things. And I find inspiration with Kristen.
Yeah.
I find inspiration in Hannah's artwork, Angie's nails, Natalie's a new one. So like, I don't know Natalie so much, but she's so passionate when it comes to work.
Yeah.
And she's such a calm person. Like, I want to have that personality where,
Yeah.
you know, like, I think with her being in that room, it just changed the atmosphere to positive.
Yeah.
Amara, beautiful.
She's creating some really exciting stuff. We're going to have her on the podcast, you guys. It's going to be amazing.
There's so much and there's inspiration everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what STFU Moment is about. It's truly where your excuses come to die.
Yeah, because I've not to live in La La Land, but we kind of do. Like
what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I love it. And it's you when you meet us in person and you tell us like something, we are probably your biggest cheerleaders. And I don't mean to pat ourselves on the back, but like I wouldn't bat an eye if you told me like, oh, tomorrow I want to live in a 4-bedroom or like a 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. I'd be like, yeah, you're going to do it.
Oh, 100%.
I have no doubt there's no doubt in my mind for you that that's what you're going to create because that's what you want.
I have a villa in Paris.
Of course you do. It's done. Like this is like I'm serious because if that's what you want, then that's what you get. Like that's what you were here. I truly believe that if it was an image in your head that you created that came to you, you were meant to have it.
100%.
Right?
I second that because we learned to doubt ourselves and our reality, but we forget that we are the one who shape and create our reality. We have the tools. We have everything. And what's wrong with being delusional?
Mm-mm.
I'm not telling you to go be delusional, rob a bank, and be like, I'm not going to get caught. No. Be delusional enough to believe in your dreams that things will work out.
If you can be so delusional to think that your life sucks and you're struggling and everything's hard and you have bad relationships and everything's toxic, then you also have the ability to be so delusional that everything that you possibly want will come through for you. The best relationships, the house of your dreams, the car, just the feeling. Not forget all the material stuff. That comes as like a side effect.
It does.
That's just a side effect of being happy. When you choose day in and day out to be so delusional that you are the happiest, luckiest, most prosperous person that you know, that is reflected back to you. And this is what we say, I feel, every single podcast. But this is what we do. These are the spaces that we are creating. We are creating spaces for you to be so delusional, not questioned, not put down, but being like, okay, yes, but dream bigger.
What we're creating, that's what we're loving. And I do want to talk a lot more about what we do, but I think we're getting in the crunch of time and we'll continue it into the next episode.
We'll do a part 2.
We'll do a part 2 about some in-depth knowing of Kristy and me and just creating this magical thing. And I think the next podcast I want to cover, how do we actually do this?
You already know how.
So we'll go deeper into it, but until then, thank you for staying till the end, and we hope that you really enjoyed this episode and got inspired to create something beautiful and to believe in yourself and that it's okay to be delusional, to believe in you. And Kristy and I, we're not ahead of you. We're not behind. We're walking this journey hand in hand. And until next time.
Thank you guys so much.